Hello, hello, hello,
Yes, sir.
hello, hello,
Hello.
Yeah, yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
hello.
हाँ सर येतोय
Students, are you
आवाज.
listening me?
Yes sir.
Clear?
Yes sir.
And screen is clear?
No sir, screen is not visible.
Screen is not there. Just a moment. No, but here the screen is going on. You're, hello,
Now it's
Yes, sir.
visible.
Screen is visible.
screen is visible. हाँ वही तो क्योंकि मेरे इधर से दिखाई दे रहा है वो. Okay, should I start?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, okay. So last time we started Internet of Things, the subject which I have already given a summary of that, and today we'll be starting the next topic of IoT, which is equal to components of IoT. Today we are going to see that. So let us first of all once again we will revise what Internet of Things is about. So what is Internet? It's a system architecture that has revolutionized communication and methods by allowing various computer networks around the world to interconnect. So वो ऐसा सिस्टम आर्किटेक्चर है जो कि सारे कंप्यूटर्स को नेटवर्क में कनेक्ट कर कर उनके बीच में इंटरकनेक्शन स्थापित कर सकता है. दैट इज व्हाट द इंटरनेट इज अबाउट. Things, it's a physical object called as thing, person, or it may be an idea. And when we combine these two things together, we call it as an Internet of Things. So it is nothing but a network of physical objects or a person or an idea called as thing, which are embedded with the help of software, electronics, network, and sensors that allow these objects to collect and exchange the data. So by using the embedded platform, all the physical objects are talking with each other by collecting and exchanging the data between them is called as the Internet of Things. Now, what is the central idea of the chapter? The student will get introduced to IoT, the components of IoT, and its application in various domains. This is what the idea of the chapter. Chapter idea is this. What is the importance of this chapter? As IoT is powering towards Industry 4.0, hence it is needed to get these IoTs to be implemented. Then what is the chapter objective? So earlier we have seen course objectives, course outcomes. We have also seen the importance of the subject or course. But now we are dealing with first unit. So at the end of this course, student will be able to make student aware of different components of an IoT system. So you'll get aware of different components of IoT system. What will be the outcome? The outcome will be student can elaborate different components of an IoT system. So they will get aware as well as they can elaborate, they can understand these components of the IoT systems. So this is the chapter outcomes. Now we'll come to the point. So last time what we have seen is the introduction of IoT. We have seen that how IoT is playing an important role in various things. Now this lecture will be dealing with the major components of IoT. Now, what actually components is, each and every single part makes a system. So there are small systems which combines together get integrated into a larger system. Similarly, there are different components of IoT systems which integrate together to form Internet of Things so that we can go for different applications using IoT. Now, what are the major components of IoT? The thing or device, which we can say to be a sensor in this case. We can take an example of sensor in this case, or the devices in this case, that are also called as things in this case. So the first block what we see here is the sensors and devices, that may be object or the thing. Then second is the gateway. So you can see that the device and the gateway is connected through a wireless networking. Then the gateway and cloud. Now you can see that the gateway is an is a gate between things of devices and the cloud. So gateway is nothing but it's like a gate where the data is coming from devices also, and it is also coming from cloud also. It is coming from the devices as well as going to the cloud. So in both the manner, the gateway is going to play an important role between the data between things of devices and the cloud. Then from the cloud, it is given to the analytics. So analytics is nothing but the analysis of the data that appears to be on the cloud. Then comes from the analysis, it will go to the user interface. So devices, then gateway, cloud, then analytics and user interface together will form the major components of IoT. So we'll see one by one how they work out to be. Now let us see the first block, smart devices and sensors. Devices and sensors are the components of the devices
Sir,
connectivity layer. Yes,
PPT is not visible, sir.
if it is not visible. Now, hello, hello. Is it visible
PPT.
now?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Open PPT.
Okay. So should I go to back to the first? Should I go back to the first block?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. So this is the first slide. What we have seen is that the first block is things or the devices. It may be an idea. It may be the sensors and devices here. The second block is gateway, which acts as a gate between things of devices and cloud. Then from the cloud, there is another block called as analytics, where the data is moving from both the sides. And from the analytics, we get an user interface. So all these 5 blocks will together form the components of IoT, and the IoT will be implemented. Now let us see the first one as smart devices and sensors. The devices and sensors are the components of the devices connectivity layer. So they are connected. All these devices and sensors are the components that will be connected. The smart sensors are continuously collecting the data from the environment and transmit the information to the next layer. So clear cut, it is made up of all the sensors. So there are number of sensors that will be there, which will act as a device also. So the device may be acting as a sensor. All these sensors will be connected with the gateway, and from there actually all these informations will be collected from the environment or whatever devices. It may be body, it may be the heart rate, it may be the brain pulses, anything that may be. It may be the vibration sensors, motion sensors, moisture sensors. All these kinds of devices that are smart devices or the sensors that will be continuously collecting the data, and it will be giving to the next layer, which in this case is nothing but a gateway. Latest techniques in the semiconductor technology is capable of producing micro smart sensors for various applications. So जिस तरह से इसमें डेवलपमेंट हो रही है, तो इतनी जबरदस्त टेक्नोलॉजीज डेवलप होने की वजह से सेमीकंडक्टर टेक्नोलॉजी की मदद से आप अभी माइक्रो स्मार्ट सेंसर्स भी बना सकते हैं. जैसे पहले सेंसर्स में इनबिल्ड सिग्नल कंडीशनिंग सर्किट नहीं हुआ करता था, एम्पलीफिकेशन सर्किट नहीं हुआ करता था. अभी कैसा हो गया है कि इतना टेक्निक बढ़ गया है जिस वजह से स्मार्ट सेंसर्स बनने लग गए हैं, और ये स्मार्ट सेंसर अकॉर्डिंग टू द एप्लीकेशंस भी बनने लग गए हैं. और सेमीकंडक्टर टेक्नोलॉजी इतनी इतनी आगे चली गई है कि अभी आप बहुत ही इंटेलिजेंट सेंसर्स भी बना सकते हैं. So these smart sensors can be used for various applications depending upon what kind of application are you using and where you're using. So some of the common sensors we have seen these common sensors as the thermostat, temperature sensors and thermostats, as the pressure sensor, then humidity moisture level sensor, light intensity, water sensor, water level sensor भी होता है, moisture sensors, proximity detection and RFID tags. These are some of the sensors that have been mentioned here. Smart devices and sensors में अगला पार्ट ये भी है कि most of the modern smart devices and sensors can be connected through low power wireless networks. So जैसे मैंने बताया कि डिवाइसेस, सेंसर्स एंड डिवाइसेस और बीच में गेटवे है, गेटवे के बाद क्लाउड है. इनके बीच में जो भी डेटा ट्रांसफर हो रहा है, फॉर एग्जांपल देयर आर डिवाइसेस व्हिच आर स्मार्ट डिवाइसेस or the sensors collecting the input and then giving it to the gateway, and from gateway it is going to the cloud. Now all these things, these three layers are interfaced with each other, and they are transmitting the data wirelessly. So when you are transmitting the data wirelessly by using different techniques, what you're using is they are low power wireless networks. So you can use low power wireless techniques, जिस वजह से पावर ज्यादा आपका कंज्यूम नहीं होगा. तो इनमें कौन कौन से आ सकते हैं लो पावर वायरलेस नेटवर्क्स में? इसमें वाईफाई आ सकता है, zigbee हो सकता है, ब्लूटूथ हो सकता है, and nowadays new technique like Z-Wave और low RA WAN etc. ये इसमें include हो सकते हैं. Each of these wireless technologies has its own pros and cons in terms of power, data transfer rate and overall efficiency. So ये जो techniques है wireless techniques, wireless networking techniques, इनमें अपने plus points है as well as इनमें plus points है as well as इनमें ये भी है कुछ नेगेटिव भी है, कुछ प्लस पॉइंट्स है, कुछ नेगेटिव है. तो इस वजह से डिपेंडिंग अपॉन एप्लीकेशन की भाई आपको कितना डिस्टेंस के लिए काम करना है, कितना पावर आपको यूटिलाइज करना है, सो डेटा ट्रांसफर रेट कितना चाहिए, उस हिसाब से कि एफिशिएंट कितना चाहिए, उस हिसाब से ये टेक्नोलॉजीज यूज हो सकती है. Each of these wireless technologies has its own pros and cons in terms of power, data transfer rate and overall efficiency. So जैसे मैंने बताया कि इनमें pros और cons है, यानी कई जगह पर ये इस्तेमाल अच्छी तरह से हो सकते हैं, तो किसी applications में आपको particular के लिए जाना पड़ेगा. Developments in the low power, low cost wireless transmitting devices are promising in the area of IoT due to long battery life. So ये low power, low cost wireless transmitting devices ये ज्यादातर इस्तेमाल क्यों होते हैं? क्योंकि इनकी लॉन्ग बैटरी लाइफ के लिए काम में आता है. इसीलिए पावर कंजम्पशन कम होना चाहिए, लो कॉस्ट होना चाहिए, और फिर अगर ये ऐसा हो सकता है तो वो आप पोर्टेबल डिवाइस के लिए भी जा सकते हैं, पोर्टेबल एप्लीकेशंस के लिए भी जा सकते हैं. Now the second will be after sensors and devices is the gateway. So I have already said that gateway is nothing but it's like a gate where the people are moving from left to right as well as right to left. So if we see that there are sensors which are connected to this Arduino, and from this Arduino it is going to be the Raspberry Pi gateway. So we'll take an example of gateway here. So Raspberry Pi will be acting as the gateway here, and the sensors, from the sensor it will go to the Arduino, from Arduino it will be going to the gateway, and from the gateway it will be going to the cloud platform. So you can see the sequences of this data moving from the sensor towards a platform that is an IoT gateway. So we'll see step by step how these things are working out. Now what actually gateway does? IoT gateway manages the bidirectional traffic between different networks and protocols. So as I've said that gateway is like a gate where the people are moving from left to right side or from right to the left side. So both way direction the data is moving. Another function of the gateway is to translate different network protocols and make sure interoperability of the connected devices and centers. एक दूसरा और काम क्या कर सकता है गेटवे कि वो ट्रांसलेट करता है डिफरेंट नेटवर्क प्रोटोकॉल्स को, और उनके बीच में इंटरऑपरेटिबिलिटी होना बहुत जरूरी, जो कि डिवाइसेस कनेक्टेड है या सेंसर्स जो कनेक्टेड है उनके बीच में. Gateways can be configured to perform pre-processing of the collected data from thousands of sensors locally before transmitting into the next stage. So जो डेटा आया है, जो डेटा कलेक्ट हुआ है, उस डेटा को प्री प्रोसेस्ड करना बहुत जरूरी, because that data is a raw data which is coming from thousands of sensors. So when they are coming together, before transmitting into the next stage, gateway does is that it pre-process that collected data, bring it into an efficient representation of the data, and then it gives it to the next stage, which is nothing but the cloud. IoT gateway offers certain level of security for the network and transmitted data with high order encryption technique. So IoT gateway एक और अच्छा काम करता है कि वो एक certain level की security देता है आपको डेटा को. So network के बीच में जो डेटा ट्रांसमिट होने वाला है उसके लिए वो एक पर्टिकुलर किस्म की नेटवर्क सिक्योरिटी देता है, और सिक्योरिटी किस फॉर्म में हो सकती है? विद द हेल्प ऑफ हायर ऑर्डर इंक्रिप्शन टेक्निक्स. नाउ लेट अस एक्सप्लेन यू द इंक्रिप्शन टेक्निक. इंक्रिप्शन टेक्निक कहां पर यूज होती है? सपोज आपका बैंक में आपका अकाउंट है और नेट बैंकिंग आप यूज करते हैं. सो व्हाट इज हैपनिंग इज दैट थ्रू नेट बैंकिंग the data which is to be sent to the other things, it is embedded with an encryption key. So क्या हो जाता है? सपोज आपका डेटा है 1011 और इसके साथ आपने एक की डाल दी जो कि 128 बिट की होती है, जो SBI के अंदर आपको सिक्योरिटी जो प्रोवाइड करते हैं वो 128 बिट इंक्रिप्शन डेटा की की होती है जो उसमें ऐड होती है। जब वो ऐड होकर सर्टन लेवल पर नेटवर्क के ऊपर डाली जाती है तो वो सिक्योर्ड हो जाती है। तो आप देखो ना, आपका पासवर्ड सिक्योर्ड है काफी हद तक, कि आपके बीच में नेट बैंकिंग के बीच में आप डेटा इधर से उधर भेज रहे हैं, यू आर ट्रांसफरिंग द मनी थ्रू नेट बैंकिंग, सो इट इज सेफ। व्हाई इट इज सेफ? बिकॉज ऑफ द इंक्रिप्शन टेक्निक। Gateway acts as a middle layer between devices and cloud to protect the system from malicious attack and unauthorized access. So cloud पर डालने से पहले जो सेंसर से कलेक्ट किया हुआ डेटा है जो क्लाउड की तरफ जाने वाला है, वो गेटवे से होते हुए जाना बहुत जरूरी है, बिकॉज गेटवे आपको अनऑथराइज पर्सन को वो डेटा लेने नहीं देता है। तो सिंपल सी बात है कि वो सिक्योरिटी प्रोवाइड करता है, एज वेल एज फ्रॉम द मैलिशियस अटैक विल प्रोटेक्ट योर डेटा फ्रॉम द अनऑथराइज्ड एक्सेस। गेटवे के बाद तीसरा आता है क्लाउड। नाउ क्लाउड, इसको सबसे बेस्ट वे टू एक्सप्लेन क्लाउड इज व्हाट, कि सपोज इफ आई वांट टू हैव माय ओन बिजनेस, so for that business now what is happening is that I want to have a lot of money because I want to develop my own infrastructure, so you have to spend a lot of money in that. So when you have to spend a lot of money in that, so that means it will require a lot of time to go there, and the investment will be huge. So what cloud does is that it will provide you the service of providing the infrastructure. It's like if I want to start a business and I'm not having anything with myself, I don't want to invest in infrastructure and all those things. So what I do is that I'll give all my whole things to the cloud. I'll put it there, and I'll be using my whole data through the service of the cloud. So cloud is nothing but it's a platform for operation. So you can send the data, you can transmit the data from the clouds, and cloud will act as a platform for that. So we can say that Internet of Things create a massive data from the devices, applications and user, which has to be managed in an efficient way. So वो जो data आ रहा है सब तरफ से, उसको efficient तरीके से manage करने का काम cloud करता है। Cloud offers tools to collect, process, manage and store huge amount of data in real time. So ऐसा मैं एक व्यक्ति हूँ जिसको बिजनेस करना है, तो मैं आपका इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, क्लाउड वाला इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर यूज करना चाहता हूँ। ऐसे और 100 लोग हैं जिनको अपना बिजनेस शुरू करना है, and they don't want to use their infrastructure. They want to have a very common infrastructure because we are having the same kind of business. So we have been there in the market. So what is going to happen? We are going to request it. We are going to put all our data on the cloud, and we are going to take the services from the cloud. So आपको additional infrastructure की जरूरत नहीं पड़ेगी, सारा डेटा आपको वहां पर मिलेगा। अब बहुत सारे कंपनीज आ रही है तो फिर वो डेटा भी उतना जबरदस्त बन जाता है क्योंकि इट्स ह्यूज डेटा। एंड हाउ टू मैनेज दिस ह्यूज डेटा? Clouds does that whole thing. What it does is that it collects, process, manage and store it. Industries and services can easily access those data remotely and make critical decisions whenever necessary. So इसका मतलब ये है कि इंडस्ट्रीज और सर्विस के लिए तो बहुत बड़ा काम हो गया, क्योंकि सारा डेटा अवेलेबल है क्लाउड के ऊपर, और वो डिसीजंस लेने के लिए बहुत काम में आएगा, क्योंकि आप उसका एनालिसिस भी कर सकते हो, जब जरूरत पड़ेगी तब वो आप ले सकते हो। Basically, IoT cloud is sophisticated high-performance network of servers optimized to perform high-speed data processing of billions of devices. So मैंने जैसे बताया ना कि इनकी बीच में काम करने का काम क्लाउड करता है, ट्रैफिक मैनेजमेंट भी संभालता है, एज वेल एज डिलीवर एक्यूरेट एनालिटिक्स। क्योंकि बहुत सारा डेटा है अवेलेबल तो आपका एनालिसिस इजी बन जाता है। Cloud system integrates billions of devices, sensors, gateways, protocols, data storage and provide predictive analytics. अब अगर बहुत सारा डेटा आ गया है तो आपको एक किस्म की एनालिसिस करने के लिए बहुत फायदा होता है, because when you are having lot of data from billions of devices and huge amount of data is stored in the cloud, so the analysis becomes very easier. इसका बेस्ट एग्जांपल बोलता हूँ मैं आपको कि if you're going in big bazaar, in a mall, in order to purchase, so when you go 10 times, the information is collected from your side that which kind of things you purchase. For example, I am a very music lover person, so I'll always go for the CDs and different kinds of music. So that information will be collected as if like 10 times this person has come into Big Bazaar and is purchasing the CDs and mouse and keyboards and all those things that are accessories. So next time they will give you the offer regarding this. So what it does is that the analysis of the data can be easily done. Companies use this analytic data for improvement of products and services, preventive measures for certain steps, and build their new business model accurately. अब इतना सारा डाटा अवेलेबल होने की वजह से क्या गलती हो रही है, क्या आगे कैसे इम्प्रूवमेंट हो सकता है, इसके लिए आपको एनालिसिस करने में बहुत आसानी होती है और एक नया बिजनेस मॉडल भी आप इजीली बना सकते हो. That is only possible with the help of cloud. Distributed data management system are one of the most important component of the IoT cloud. So distributed data management system, obviously आपके पास सारा डेटा आ गया है, इसको आपको मैनेज करना है और इवन आप उसको डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड फॉर्म में करना है तो ये क्लाउड कर सकता है. नाउ थोड़ा सा क्लाउड को और आगे तक लेके जाते हैं. सो क्लाउड का एक आर्किटेक्चर ब्लॉक डायग्राम है आपके सामने. So you can see that there are two parts of this cloud architecture. One is the back end and the other one is the front end. So back end और front end में फर्क ये है कि जो प्रोग्राम एट द बैक साइड लिखा रहता है, जो आपको कभी सामने नहीं दिखाई देता है, जो पीछे चलता है, इन द बैकग्राउंड चलता है, उसको हम बैक एंड बोलते हैं. और जो आपको डिस्प्ले होता है सामने, उसको हम फ्रंट एंड बोलते हैं. तो जो डिस्प्ले होता है वो वाली साइड क्लाइंट साइड होती है, जिस पे डिस्प्ले होकर वो देखता है, यूजर कनेक्शंस होते हैं. और जो बैक साइड होती है उसको बैक एंड बोलते हैं, जहां पर आपका प्रोग्रामिंग लिखा जाता है. एग्जाम्पल कि अगर मैं कोई चीज ब्राउजर का इस्तेमाल कर कुछ चीज ब्राउज कर रहा हूँ, तो जो मेरे फ्रंट पे दिखता है, फ्रंट पे, वो एक्चुअली रिजल्ट होता है बैक एंड के काम का. यानी कि कोई भी ब्राउजर में ब्राउज करने के लिए इस्तेमाल करता हूँ तो उसका जो प्रोग्राम है वो बैक एंड पे एग्जीक्यूट होते रहता है, बराबर. तो बैक एंड और फ्रंट एंड में यही फर्क है. तो फ्रंट एंड में क्या है, आपका इंटरनेट है और क्लाइंट साइड का इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर जो वो इस्तेमाल कर रहा है. और बैक एंड में क्या है, ऑन द बैक एंड साइड यू डू हैव मैनेजमेंट, स्टोरेज, सर्विस, applications as well as the security. So it is divided into two parts: collection of the data at the back end, pre-processing it, applying it, and then at the client side, that will be the front end, that with the help of internet it will be displayed. So this is the explanation of the front end and back end. So you can see that the front end is used by the client. It contains client side interfaces and applications that are required to access the cloud computing platform. The front end includes the web servers, जैसे मैंने एग्जांपल बताया कि Chrome, Firefox, इंटरनेट, ये सामने चलता है, thin, fat client, tablets, mobile device. और बैक एंड में क्या होता है, they are used by the service provider, जो सर्विस दे रहे वो. It manages all the resources that are required to provide client computing services. It includes huge amount of data storage, security mechanism, virtual machines, deploying models, servers, traffic control mechanisms, and etc. So in two parts it is divided, front end and back end. Now let us see different components at the back end. क्योंकि फ्रंट एंड से ज्यादा बैक एंड बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है, बिकॉज बैक एंड में आप ज्यादातर काम होता है, डेटा कलेक्ट करना, मैनेज करना, प्रोसेस करना, वो जो भी है वो होता है आपके बैक एंड में. So back end में काम करने के लिए what are the blocks that are been working at the back end? So one is a client infrastructure, right? So client infrastructure ये front end वाला part है, ऊपर वाला part. So that is the front end component. It provides GUI to interact with the cloud. So जो सामने आपके दिखाई देता है वो आपका client infrastructure है. Applications may be any software or platform that client wants to access. जो भी application है, example आपका app. A cloud service है third वाला. A cloud service manages that which type of service you access according to the client's requirement. So जैसे client बोलेगा उस हिसाब से उसकी सर्विस आपको देनी पड़ेगी. तो देखो यहाँ पर आपका, यहाँ पर सर्विस आ गया, यहाँ एप्लीकेशन आ गया, क्लाइंट इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर आ गया. तो ब्लॉक डायग्राम के हिसाब से देखिए. Then runtime cloud provides the execution and runtime environment to the virtual machines. So virtual जो connected machines है उसको runtime के लिए, वो execution के लिए काम में आता है. Then comes the storage. क्योंकि इतना सारा डेटा आ रहा है तो that needs to be stored. So storage is one of the most important components of cloud computing. It provides huge amount of storage capacity in the cloud to store and manage. Then comes infrastructure. So obviously when you're going to provide these kind of services, you need to have that infrastructure there. So it provides the services on host level, application level, as well as network level. Cloud infrastructure includes hardware and software components such as servers, storage, network devices, visualization software, and other storage resources that are needed to support the cloud computing model. So at host level, application level, as well as network level पर ये infrastructure provide करता है. So किस लिए? in order to access the hardware and software components such as servers, storage, network devices, etc. Then the next will be the management. So आपका data जो manage करना है, for that thing this management layer is there. So management is used to manage the components such as application service, runtime cloud, यानी जो पहले वाला fifth और sixth वाला है वो भी manage कर रहा है ये सब, infrastructure and other security issues in the back end and establish a coordination between them. So जो अलग अलग आपके parts है इसमें, for example जैसे ये वाला, ये application service हो गया, runtime cloud, storage, then infrastructure, all these things इनके बीच में coordination के data कब आ रहा है, data कब जा रहा है, how the data is getting managed, how the data is getting pre-processed, and how you're going to organize everything. So that is been depending upon the role of this management. Then comes security. So मैंने जैसे बताया कि cloud architecture आपको security देता है by encrypting your data. So at the back end, security will be provided, so that on the front side, on the front end, you will be getting that secured data. No unauthorized person can steal your data. That is very important. So security is nothing but an inbuilt backend component of cloud computing. It implements a security mechanism at the backend, and then it will be sent to the internet, and the internet will be accessed by the user. So client side user is there, which is required in infrastructure for the internet purpose. So what is internet? It's a medium through which front end, back end can interact and communicate with each other. So internet के through ही back end और front end के बीच में interaction होता है. So back end में सारा काम चलता है, वो net पे डाला जाएगा और net से front end वाला उसको access कर सकता है. So this is how the cloud architecture works out. Now first हमने देखा sensors and devices यानी कि objects, बाद में देखा gateway, then उसके बाद में देखा cloud, और अब हम चल रहे हैं analytics की तरफ. अब analysis मतलब simple सा concept है for analysis is that if I'm having a huge amount of data, so from this huge amount of data which has arrived from billions of devices, this data will be very much useful in order to analyze, so that you can come to know what are the drawbacks of my working model, or what I should do to improve the marketing model, business model, or the industrial model. So depending upon the analysis, this block will give you the analytic review of the data that has been received from the billion devices. That is, analytic is the process of converting analog data from billions of smart devices and sensors into a useful insight which can be interpreted and used for the detailed analysis. Smart analytics solutions are inevitable for IoT systems for management and improvement of the entire system. Just a moment. Okay. So smart analytic solutions are inevitable for IoT system for management and improvement of the entire system. So आपको पता चलेगा, feedbacks मिलता रहेगा कि यहाँ गलती हो रही है, इस वजह से down हो गया. So now what should be done for the improvement? One of the major advantage of the efficient IoT system is real-time smart analytics, which helps the engineers to find out irregularities in the collection of data and act fast to prevent the undesired scenario. अगर आपको ये data analysis करने के लिए real time में आपको data मिल रहा है, तो it does really help you to build up a very solid system. Because when you are going to get the data in a standby mode, then it will always be a critical task to evaluate it. But in real time, when you get it, it becomes very easy. Information is very significant in any business model, and predictive analysis ensures success in the concerned area of the business line. So जो भी data है, यही सबसे बड़ा heart है इस पूरे system का, क्योंकि वो डेटा को हम प्रोटेक्ट कर रहे हैं, वो डेटा को हम सेंड कर रहे हैं, वो डेटा को सिक्योर कर रहे हैं, वही डेटा को एनालिसिस कर रहे हैं. सो आई डू फील सो द डेटा विच इज रिसीव फ्रॉम द स्मार्ट डिवाइसेस इज द मोस्ट इंपॉर्टेंट पार्ट फॉर द एनालिसिस. देन आफ्टर दिस एनालिसिस देयर विल बी द यूजर इंटरफेस, यानी कि जो डेटा अब अवेलेबल है यूजर के पास, वो उसे इंटरफेस कर वो उसे काम में लाएगा. यूजर इंटरफेसेस आर विजिबल tangible part of the IoT system. So अब तक के सारे जो parts है, those parts are invisible parts which are running at the back end. But now this user interface is a visible and tangible part of the IoT systems which can be accessible by the user. Designers will make sure that a well-designed user interface for minimum effort of the users and encourage more interaction. Obviously, जो user interface है वो बहुत ही user friendly होना चाहिए, because you cannot make a very complex system where the user is getting a lot of issues how to run it, how to execute it. So the designers always think into mind that how the users can get a friendly environment for working it. So obviously that is the most important part, because user interface, user need to get comfortable with the system that is to be designed. User interface design has a higher significance in today's competitive world. It often determines the user whether to choose a particular device or appliances. अगर वो यूजर फ्रेंडली है, जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल विंडो देखा जाए तो विंडो एक यूजर फ्रेंडली ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम है. अगर आप लिनक्स जाओगे या यूनिक्स की तरफ जाओगे तो आपको बहुत डिफिकल्ट फील होगा, बिकॉज दे आर लिटिल बिट टिपिकल, दे आर कॉम्प्लेक्स. So as compared to, if you're going to see that only the industrial people likes to work on Linux or Unix operating systems, but in the other part, in rest of the part, you see that the window operating system is much more used because it is much more user friendly. So the designers have to design in such a way that all the thing that they are designing should be user friendly. Users will be interested to buy new devices or small gadgets if it is very user friendly and compatible with common wireless standards. हाँ, ये भी बहुत important है कि वो compatible होना चाहिए, user friendly होना चाहिए और एक common wireless standard से होना चाहिए. क्योंकि क्या होता है कि if it is not using the common wireless standards, then एक device दूसरे devices के साथ compatible नहीं हो सकता. So अगर वैसा हो जाए तो then it becomes difficult. Then after finishing this 4 block, now comes the part of communication system. That is how these data are communicated with each other, how the data is transmitted from one side to the other side, and how the data is protected, how actually the exchange of the information takes place. So there is a communication system between all these 5 devices which are there. The first, we'll see that one by one how this communication system works out. The communication means exchange of information between source and destination. Obviously, that is the most important part, sending the information and receiving the information. It consists of protocol handlers, message queue, and message cache. Obviously, there are some protocols for the communication to be handled and the data which is to be sent. Now, how the data is sent? The data is sent in the form of packets. See, if there is if I could say that there is an information which is broken up into 10 packets. Now these packets will be given a numbering like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now these 10 packets are sent one by one to the other side. Now when one by one is sent, there is sequences fixed, like first one will go first, then second will go by second. So now what is happening, this data or these messages which are in the form of 10, they are in the queue and they will execute in first out manner. This is how the communication is going to happen. यानी जो भी data आएगा वो data packets में divide होगा, then packets में divide होके उसको numbering होगी, headers होगा, header होगा इसका, और वो numbering देने के बाद वो queue में लग जाएंगे और एक एक करके data दूसरी तरफ जाएगा. So they are in the queue, means sending the packets in a queue and they are following first in first out manner. A device message cache stores the received message. फिर device message जो है वो cache जो है वो store करेगा received messages. Representation state transfer REST architecture style can be used for HTTP access, then GATE, that is graphic editor toolkit. It may be post, power on self test, PUT, programmable unijunction transistor, and delete methods for resources and building web services. So ये the techniques है, वो techniques है कि received message करने के लिए ये architecture style कौन सा use किया जाता है ताकि आपको data receive हो सके. The communication links that is used for the IoT can be wired or wireless. So there are 2 types of communication, you know that, wired or wireless. Again, there are 2 types of communication. One is serial and the other one is parallel. So in case of serial, the data goes from bit by bit from this side to the other side. For longer distance, serial communication is much more preferred. But one drawback of serial communication is that the speed is very less, the data rate is less, because if you want to send the longer distance and bit by bit if it goes, then speed gets reduced. The serial data transmission and reception is done in the form of in the form of I2C, that is inter-integrated circuit, or it may be SPI, that is serial peripheral interface. So this way the communication system can act. But mostly if you see that wireless is much more being preferred, because through wireless you can have a long battery life, the communication, that is always good. Hello, are you understanding up till this? Hello, student. Hello. Hello. Hello, are you understanding? Hello. Hello. So now we'll move to the next part, that is example of IoT. Now in the last lecture I have already said to you that example of IoT is the street light in the city. So you can see that there is an internet in between, that is called as the central command and control station. Then on the left side there is group 1 and group 2. So group 1 and group 2 will be having a common group controller. So the information is collected to the group controller, and then it is given to the internet for the central command and control system. Then exactly the same thing, group 3 and group 4 will be on the right side. Both these informations will be collected through the central command and the control system. Now street light in the said city can be made to function like living entities through sensing and communicating using embedded system that communicate and interact through central control and command station through internet. Assume that each light in the group of 16 street light comprises of sensing, computing and communicating. Each group connect to the controller through Bluetooth or Zigbee, and then each controller further connects to the central command and control station through the internet. So last time we have seen this. So I do feel so I have covered up most of the points in this. Thank you. Hello. Hello. Can we take attendance? Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Roll number 1,
Present, sir.
2, 2, 3, 4,
Yes,
Yes, sir.
5, 6,
Yes, sir.
7,
Yes, sir.
8, 8, 9,
Present.
10,
Yes, sir.
11, 12, 13,
Present.
14,
Yes, sir.
15, 16, 17,
Yes, sir.
18,
Present.
19,
Yes, sir.
20, 21, 22,
Yes, sir.
23, 24, 25,
Yes, sir.
26, 27, okay, 27,
Present. Present.
28, 28, 29,
Yes, sir.
30, 31,
Present.
32,
Present, sir.
33, 34,
Present, sir.
35, okay, 35, 35, 36, 37,
Yes,
38,
sir.
39,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
40,
Yes, sir.
41, 42,
Yes, sir.
43, 44,
Yes, sir.
45, 46, 47,
Present, sir.
48, 49, 50, 51,
Present.
52, 53, 54,
Yes, sir.
55, हाँ, 54 is there ना? 54 है ना?
Yes, sir.
अच्छा, 55,
Present.
56, 57, 58, 59, 60,
Yes, sir.
61, 62. Is it okay? कोई रह गया है क्या?
Sir, roll number 8 is present.
8 is present. 8 is present. Okay, next. Okay, next.
Roll number 50.
15. Okay, next.
Hello, sir. This is 26.
26.
Yes, sir.
Okay, next.
Roll number 50.
Roll number 50.
50.
Okay, 50. Next. और कोई रह गया? 16.
60.
Okay. 16. Next. हो गया है सबका? Okay. Thank you students. Okay.
Hello.
हाँ, बोलो.
53 roll number.
53. Okay. ठीक है. Okay. Thank you students. Okay.